Dr.C.V.Suresh Babu's virtual classroom presents data communication and networking tutorial series.
Hi everyone, today we are going to speak about the application layer. We know that the OSI model consists of 7 layers, which are physical, data link, network, transport, session, presentation and application. The application layer is the topmost layer of the OSI model. Manipulation of data in various ways is done in this layer, which enables the user or software to get access to the network. Some services provided by this layer include email, transferring files, distributing the results to the user, directory services, network resources, etc. So the application layer is also called as the layer 7, which ensures effective communication with another application program on a network. What is application layer? The application layer is a component within an application that controls the communication method to other devices. It is an abstraction layer service that masks the rest of the application from the transmission process. So when we think about where do we use the application layer, we can say that the functions of application layer are used for sending emails, for file transfer. It is responsible for converting domain name into IP address, that is DNS, responsible for receiving a web page request and displaying the response. Protocols that are used at application layer are HTTPS, FTP, SMTP, DNS, etc. We can say that the application layer is used to exchange messages. It provides access for global information about various services. It helps us to access the files and manage them. This layer has many responsibilities, including error handling and recovery, data flow over a network, and full network flow. It is also used to develop network-based applications. The functioning of the application layer is very simple. We can tell that the first step is of the interaction of user with the application layer. When the user interacts with the application layer, data transfer happens from the application layer to the presentation layer. When the data is transferred to the presentation layer, the necessary contents are accessed, and then the transfer of data again happens from the presentation layer to the application layer. In the application layer, the application interacts with the user and delivers the necessary content. This is how the application layer works. Talking about the functions of application layer, there are various functions which are mail services, network virtual terminal, directory services, file transfer, access and management. When we talk about mail services, this layer provides the basis for email forwarding and storage. The network virtual terminal allows a user to log on to a remote host. Directory services provide access for global information about various services, and the file transfer, access and management. In this, the users can access files in a remote computer and manage them. A protocol is a set of rules and regulations that determine how data is transmitted in telecommunications and computer networking. Application layer has a number of protocols like FTP, DHCP, DNS, NFS, SMTP, POP3, SNMP, HTTP, BGP, and RIP. Each protocol is responsible for various applications. Some of the subtopics in the application layer are domain namespace, which is also known as DNS, SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, FTP, File Transfer Protocol, HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, www, World Wide Web, Security and Cryptography. So when we talk about DNS is the phone book of the internet. Humans access information online through domain names like google.com or facebook.com. Web browsers interact through internet protocol addresses. DNS translates domain names to IP addresses so that browsers can load internet resources. Talking about SMTP, SMTP is a set of communication guidelines that allow software to transmit an electronic mail over the internet, and it is called the Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. It is a program used for sending messages to other computer users based on email addresses. FTP is also called as the File Transfer Protocol. It is the most commonly used protocol for exchanging files over the internet. FTP works in the same way as HTTP and SMTP. HTTP, as we know, is the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which is the underlying protocol used by the World Wide Web, and this protocol defines how messages are formatted and transmitted, and what actions web servers and web browsers should take in response to various commands. Talking about the www is the World Wide Web, which is a network of online content that is formatted in HTML and accessed via HTTP. The term refers to all the interlinked HTML pages that can be accessed over the internet. When the working of a www can be explained as follows: a client sends a request to the server authenticates client and checks writes, server retrieves resources, makes a copy and sends response, client retrieves the responses. Network security. Network security is a broad term that covers a multitude of technologies, devices, and processes. In its simplest term, it is a set of rules and configurations designed to protect the integrity, confidentiality, and accessibility of computer networks and data using both software and hardware technologies. One of the main ways of network security is cryptography. Cryptography not only protects data from theft or alteration, but can also be used for user authentication. Once the plain text is encrypted, it is called as cipher text. Cipher text is a non-readable format which is also known as the encrypted data. So cryptography refers to the technique of secure information and communication derived from mathematical concepts and a set of rule-based calculations called algorithms to transform messages in a way that are harder to decipher.
For more tutorial videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel.